Hello and welcome to this Blues Focus match preview where we're coming off the back of a 3-2 defeat against Shrewsbury and what was probably our worst performance of the season, wasn't it? There's been lots of online discourse as to what went wrong on the day, and I'll try and break it down really as simply as I can whilst looking forward to the Exeter City game where we travel to St James Park to face one of the sternest defences in League One and to face Joe Whitworth, who has kept the most clean sheets in League One this season, 9 clean sheets in 15 games. So they look like an impressive outfit so far. But going back to that Shrewsbury game, there's obviously been a lot of online talk about it. A few fans in a bit of meltdown, which I'm not going to really jump on board with because we've still had a very good start to the season. There's a lot to be positive about, but it was really just a bad day at the office, wasn't it? And everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong, really, with Chris Davis having to sub off Keshi Anderson before half-time as he felt the shape was wrong. And then all of a sudden, a load of attackers were just being chucked on with no real shape to the team. So a real bad day, but looking forward to this Exeter game. It's a great opportunity to make amends for the Shrewsbury game because now the games come thick and fast, don't they? And it's, well, a few days until the next one and then the next one. And it just kind of carries on right through to the new year. So if you want a chance to prove yourself right, then here's the next opportunity, which arrives tomorrow. And Chris Davis, I imagine he'll make a couple alterations to the team. I think there has to be after a performance like that. And you can look at the defensive shape of our team and say that it was wrong because, I mean, for those goals, all three of them, Allsop was a bit helpless for him, but he wasn't exactly helped out by his defence, was he? As it was many times just Christophe Clara there trying to defend on his own. And as much as Clara is a very good player, he'll find it very hard to defend on his own if he doesn't have the help of the defenders around him. And I don't know if it's a me problem or not, but I tend to kind of have my criticisms of the players that were here last season when we got relegated, the likes of Christian Bielik and Ethan Laird, who played a lot of games for us last season, were kind of responsible for us being relegated and then going into League One, putting in subpar performances. I mean, if you want to read a piece about Christian Bielik and his impact on Birmingham so far this season, then I absolutely recommend the article on Blues Focus by James Pigden, a really good write-up, which is titled The Bielik Conundrum. So if you have the time to read over that, then please do, because I think he really makes some valid points about Bielik and the shape of the Birmingham defence as well. And I mean, Bielik so far this season, out of the games that he started, they've actually only kept 1 clean sheet, which is kind of scary. And it's 3 wins, but in those 3 wins, he scored an own goal in one of them against Wickham, got a red card against Wrexham. And there are kind of question marks about his captaincy, I think, because there was a quote earlier this season, wasn't there, before the Bolton game, where he said that no players in this team are League One players, and the reality is we're too good for League One. And that was when we were on a real good winning run of form. So there weren't really many fans that questioned it. But I remember at that time showing that quote to my dad and my younger brother and thinking, I'm kind of alarmed by this because for me, that's not what our captain should be saying. I think we should stay humble, respect the teams that are in League One. I mean, we're in League One for a reason because we didn't win enough games in the Championship last season. And all for Christian Bielik's confidence, he was part of that team and played 30 plus games. So I was kind of angry at those comments and even more angry after the Shrewsbury game because I feel like Ben Davis at centre-back had been playing well and he was kind of dropped for no reason, same as Taylor Gardner-Hickman. I think he was doing really well at right back, and then all of a sudden Ethan Laird's come in and we've looked a little bit more shaky at the back. So I'd call them 2 guys back in the starting 11, and I'd also give Yokoyama a chance as well on the wing because he hasn't started really a big game for us this season. I don't think he started in the league for us. And Luke Harris, he's someone that's come back from injury recently. And I don't want to direct too much criticism towards him because he's not been here long. He's had injury problems. He's still very young. So I wouldn't jump on that boat because I've seen some people online criticising Harris as well as Lyndon Dykes as well. And a bit like Harris, Lyndon Dykes hasn't really had proper minutes in the team yet. He hasn't really had proper starts to prove himself. So the jury, I think, is still out on them players that have joined the club this summer. But the players like Bielik and Laird that have been at the club for much longer than those guys are the ones that I am more so kind of keen to target my anger towards. And it's not really a thing that I'm used to saying, this season we played so well, haven't we? But I feel like the point has to be made that this season we've got to be much better than we were last season and we can't settle for the same standards. And I'm sure that that's something that Chris Davis is telling his players in the dressing room. And I feel like the players that were here last season really need to listen to that message because I can't really put up with it again. And I'm sure many fans will feel the same opinions as me. But as for the opposition preview, we managed to speak to David from You Don't Know What You're Doing. And this is a real fun, interesting voice note. So I'll let you guys listen to it and see what you think.
Hello, everybody, all listeners of the Blues Focus Birmingham City podcast. What do you want to know about Exeter City? I will say now I don't know my arse from my elbow when it comes to football. Although I did play Sussex Division League 2, so make of that what you will. So I've been given some questions here from your podcast dudes. Fans overall sentimental on start to the season. Thoughts on Coldwater? Not overall sentimental. Overall sentimental. Not overall sentimental. We got a good team. Very good team. Very good team. Solid. Great goalie. Great defenders. Fantastic through the middle. Not bad up front. What more do you want? And we've got the best manager in the league, Gary Caldwell, and he's a nice man. So when you put all that together, it's a lovely little cocktail. So no, not sentimental. Very, if I read that right, very realistic. We should be going up. We're a championship side. How you expect Exeter to set up? Absolutely no idea, because I don't really pay any attention to the tactics or formations. I'm more interested in how big the players are, if they've got nice beards. And so this part of your podcast, you could fast forward because you're not going to get any kind of insight. How are we going to set up? Don't know. I genuinely don't concentrate. I don't concentrate enough. Players to watch. There's fucking loads of them. Pardon my French. The goalie, Joe Whitworth, so good with his feet. Watch him with his feet. Pretty good with his hands as well. He's only about 10. He's really good. He's a great keeper. Great back line. I don't think we've let many goals in apart from that bloody game against Wrexham, the lumpy boys. We're pretty solid at the back, so you got to do well to break us down, boys. Trust me. In the middle, Ryan Woods. I don't know if Ryan Woods is... I don't know if he can play because he got a red card, but he's the midfield maestro. He's a lovely little man with a floppy fringe, and he's pretty good at football as well. For me, he's our little star. We got him from Hull, I think. I think he's played loads of games in the Championship. He's our star. Ryan Woods. We got loads of stars. He's one of them. Warm welcome for Stansfield. Absolutely. I sit in the Stansfield stand, actually. I'm right on the halfway line, so I'll be there clapping. Don't worry about that. He loves Exeter. You know it. Deep down, you lot know if he scores, he won't be that happy. So what's it like having a forward who's not actually that happy about scoring against us? I think he prefers Exeter. Well worth asking him. Your forward prefers us. That's weird, isn't it? But he does. Score prediction for the game. Oh, fuck. I'm a bit worried because you beat Shrewsbury, I think, at the weekend. So you're going to be all fucking up for it. Pardon my French again. Either 1-0 to us or 4-0 to you. Shit. 1-0 to us.
So that was David there raising some quite interesting points in a comical way. Whitworth is someone that I'm sure a lot of teams will keep an eye on now because of his 9 clean sheets in 15 games. And they have some good players going forward as well. Jay Stansfield, a Birmingham player now, but a former Exeter player, a team that his dad used to play for as well, and a really good legacy at Exeter. So yeah, Jay Stansfield will get a very good welcome back to St. James Park. And as for some Exeter players, I mean, Ryan Woods plays for them, someone that the Blues fans know quite well from his time at Birmingham. Was a subpar player for Birmingham, wasn't he? And he's expected to come back from suspension, so he may feature in the starting 11. But Exeter have got a really stubborn defence. I mean, there are only a couple of teams in the league that have conceded less goals than them, one of them being Wrexham, but Wrexham actually beat Exeter 3-0 on the weekend, so that's a bit of a curveball. And I would like to say that we're going to get a win. A 1-0 win would be fantastic. I don't really care how the win comes, about the possession play or whatever. I just want to see us get 3 points back on the board and maintain our momentum towards those automatic promotion places. So if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like, share, comment and subscribe. It's been a good 2 weeks for the channel. We went to the Football Content Awards. I spoke on TalkSport 2 last week as well to Justin Beattie, absolutely fantastic host over there. So if you want to check out that, then feel free to. And we'll have a vlog from the Football Content Awards coming very soon. So if you like this video, like, share, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, keep right on.